age is not the problem, the maturity. Even though I was 18, I was very, very matured in my mind.
Okay.
You can be 40 and you're still not mature.
We are a husband and a wife team, and we host conversations that dig into love, relationships, faith, creativity, resilience, growth. Every episode features people who open up with honesty to share their wins, their struggles, their faith, so we can all learn, reflect, and grow together. These are moments that will remind us that we are not alone in this journey of life. So, if you're ready to deepen your connections with your spouse, with your loved ones, strengthen your faith, and find inspiration in real life stories, then this is the podcast for you. Hi, lifers! We are back again. I hope that you remember our guests from the previous episode, the authors. We are continuing the conversation. This is Life on Stereo podcast, and I am your host, Judith. So, authors, in the previous episode, we talked at length your amazing and interesting story of how you got together. One person, opposites, complete opposites. One person saying, I am married to booze and drink forever. One person says, I want to be a nun. I don't want to get married. But then you are brought together by this divine and supernatural connection. And you both can't do anything about it because all the things on your list and all your agenda goes out of the window. And what you are feeling in the inside trumps it all. And this unconventional connection has borne the fruit of 41 years of marriage. Tell us what it has taken to come this far.
Yeah. If I would say something, you describe it very, very well. You see, in this world, as long as marriage is concerned and you are a believer, God has ordained that you will get married. Okay. So you just have to pray that the one who comes your way, and you've prayed about the person and you are convinced this is the person.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you have to make a decision that, thank God I've made the right choice, I've made the right person, and I'm going to go in for it. You have to decide.
Yes.
If you are not able to decide, please don't make an attempt.
I really like how you're emphasizing you have to decide.
So you have to decide and say, well, I've decided. I mean, if you will live 100, 80, 90 years, I mean, naturally, we are all going to die.
Yeah.
That is something that God has decided that will happen.
Yes.
In your life, you have a choice
Mm.
to also decide something. Okay. And meeting a partner is the biggest and the most difficult thing in life. Okay. But then the Bible says in the beginning, God made man and woman. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have to make sure that I've met the right person. And when you make that decision, if you are 30, you are going to live with somebody for 50, 60 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Make that decision.
Yeah.
Also, then you have to work. Marriage is not the fancy things that we see today. Okay. I mean, human beings, we are very good in deceiving ourselves. Nobody deceives us. We deceive ourselves.
Okay.
And the things that we think will, we deceive ourselves without thinking that, this fancy thing that I'm looking at, this thing is not going to last. Okay. you need to make a decision.
Do you think that we fall to the temptation of always dancing around the difficult decision and the hard things, and always being drawn to what is wishful thinking?
Yeah.
And then when it doesn't work, we're like, okay, this thing doesn't work anyway.
Right from the beginning, we think, oh, you go in without making a decision in your mind, in your heart. You go in and everything is rosy. Then all of a sudden, something small happens. Then you go back, oh, this is not. You didn't decide in the first place. So I think if you make that decision in your heart, it's more easy to, it's work. Marriage is the most difficult thing you can do in life. Relationship. You are individual, you are unique, and all of a sudden, another unique person is coming into your life. And you say, well, I am going to. So I say that the moment you make that decision, that means you don't have any more rights of your own. If you want it to work, you surrender all your rights. That I give you my rights. Okay.
Yeah.
And if you are able to make that decision, it's just like you give a birth to a child. As you feed a child, we are parents.
Yeah.
And you see, all of a sudden, this child has grown, finished school. But it's hard work. Okay? So if the love is born, the love is going to grow and live 60 years.
Yeah.
So you have to work on it.
So what is the work that we have to put in? Can you pinpoint some things that you personally, both of you, have had to really work on to maintain this friendship and this beautiful connection that you've had? And what are some of the things that were challenging for you? And I will come to one question, but I want us to go into the ingredients that you have, the building blocks that you have used to cement this bond together.
Yeah, let me conclude before I can.
Yes.
As I said, the moment you make that decision that you love this person, now you are going to build that person, okay, to the way you want it, okay, with love, with everything. The challenges will come. The small things will come. What irritates you will be more, they will be there. But as long as you decided in your heart, it will be more easier.
Yeah.
And the fact is, of late, after 41 years, I am developing another kind of love. Okay. This is the person that I want to be with. Okay. So many weaknesses, so many things that I can't stand. Okay. But then because I've decided, okay, and it makes it easier. You see that the loves keep growing.
Keeps growing.
It keeps growing. Despite the weaknesses and so on and so forth. Because I've given my rights. And I know that around we have, for instance, people look at it, hey, they've married so long, they are still together, they are happy. But it's the work. The decision has been taken. Decided. And you work on that decision, and it will be wonderful. It will be wonderful.
Yeah. I know a lot of people have heard this statement that love is more of a choice than anything else. I think it's the same thing as saying that it's a decision.
Yeah.
And you throw away that right to give that decision to anyone else.
Yes.
you set the decision on this person, and then you say, I give up my right to hold anything against this person such that I have to leave this person. My decision, my commitment is to you. So what I hear you saying is that it's not so much of what you are doing for me. It is more of me. I have decided to be with you for the rest of my life. So imagine if both parties are saying, I have decided you are my forever partner, and you are also saying, I have decided. There is no other decision to make. This is it for me.
There's no other decision. That's very good. That's a very good point.
I mean, you want to add something?
Yeah, because that is the foundation, the cornerstone.
Yeah,
And you have to know that we were different
completely.
So his own was decision.
Yeah.
Make up his decision that this is the woman that I want to stay
Yeah.
with. Whilst mine was a different thing altogether because of where I was also from.
Background. Yeah.
Mine was, the Bible says that God will give my heart desire because I believe that he will give my heart desire. And I didn't choose. He chose for me. And the word also says that he will give me the best. So having him, I know he has given me the best.
The best. Oh my word.
Situation comes, it's like, so it was like, okay, number one, this is the best that God has given me. Okay? Because I didn't choose. So when I make challenges, then you will cry as a human being or confused or whatever.
Definitely.
It will end up at, okay, if the best I can't handle it, what about the bad?
Less than the best.
Yeah.
I like that.
So it means there is no, so I had to find ways and means to be able to, because number one, I didn't have any experience with any relationship, how it has to work.
Yeah.
What I knew was my mom and my dad relationship, that the way it was so nice. My father was very tolerant of my mother because my mother was a bit stubborn like me. And it was, I never said them quarrel or anything. But Africa, they will do anything behind the scene and then come out and
cover it.
So with my experience, I know there was something, even though we didn't know.
Definitely.
So, but that encouraged me that, okay, if I'm going to marry, as long as I see the way my mom and my dad are living, then it will be very, very nice. And I came in and I saw opposite. Opposite of what? So then I had to work myself out. And there was many times, it was very challenging. But I was saying, he gave me the best. So it's like, there is no way, if I can't stand it, then what can I stand? And despite everything, you remember I told you that I saw him and I liked him.
Yes, you did.
So when the love relationship or marriage relationship or that romantic thing is not working, it comes back to that, after all, you like him too. So and when challenges come, and many times it's like, I'll be better off without that him. But then I come to, okay, if I go take care of him, that thing that I had the first time I saw him, always come. When I get down, it come to it. And then that likeness and
that foundation, it always comes back.
Then I start to, it's like a mother. Okay, how will he eat? Who advised him? And then I begin to take off his weak points. Okay, who's take of that? The person will he be able to do that? And if I can do a good job, how do I expect somebody? Then I calm down. Then I will start to cry. And then I pick myself up. And then, because I was daddy's girl. So my head was,
sweet.
And he doesn't like that pampering. And I like pampering.
Yeah.
So that was my first challenge.
You remind me of something that growing up when I was in the university, university, they talk about relationships and marriage a lot. University students like that, young people like discussions like, and one thing that stood out to me, I remember, was one person said, have a reference point that when the hard times come, even in your decision making, when you are deciding about a partner, a life partner, be able to point and say, this is why I am marrying this person. It could be one, it could be two, or a couple, but he said, have a reference point, and that has stuck with me. And I can say that even in my marriage and my relationship, that I always thank God for that reference point. It's like a reminder, why are you with this person? And it's always puts me right. It always sets my focus right. Again, it's like, this is why I'm with this person. This is why I chose this person. And I stand by that. So I think that that is important. Daddy spoke about the decision that you need to. The last time I was telling my husband and I were having a conversation that adulthood is about responsibility, making decisions and sticking by your decisions. We're not, of course, like advocating for abusive conditions, but we are saying that life itself is not easy. So let's not run away from things when things are difficult. Remember that you've made a decision and a commitment to someone, and this is not a perfect being. But why did you decide to be with this person? Remember that decision. Remember that reference point, and let it be a comforting place for you. A comforting reminder that you are with this person for a purpose. And I think that it really helps. It really helps.
Yeah. And then one thing too that kept me grounded and made me to fight no matter what.
Yes.
We came here and we had to start the church and everything.
Yeah.
It was he's been a Christian for 2 weeks and came here and has to be a pastor.
Yeah.
Just imagine. Just imagine. So at the end of the what came also is that, I told you that the mother were praying for him all the time.
Yes.
And the fact that the mother asked them that he should marry me.
Yeah.
So that means the mother trusted
You.
me to
with
take
him.
care of his only child.
Mm.
And so if anything, because apart from God confirming that he is the one,
Yeah.
no matter what. He's not perfect, I'm not perfect,
No.
but this is the one. Then my second thing
Yeah.
was that the mother trusting me. So if anything, if I'm trying to do anything that is contrary to what I'm supposed to be
Yeah.
as a wife, then I feel like I'm failing her. And if I'm failing her, then I'm failing God. Because he was a woman of God,
Yes.
because he prayed
Yeah.
and had me in mind for his son. So that also said that I'm an answer to the man's prayer. So if I'm an answer and I'm not able to do what I have to do, then I fail the woman, and I not only the woman, I fail God. I don't want to fail God because it's all that I have.
Yeah.
So that shapes me
Sure.
to think right, to behave right, to be tolerant, to be that shaped me because I didn't have no experience. These two things helped me through all that phase.
Yeah.
There are a lot of things I had to grow up myself because I married at the age of 18.
That is.
I didn't know anything about relationships.
That's quite young.
Yeah.
I
And I married
can't remember what I was doing when I was 18. It was just.
I see my who knows life about everything.
Yeah.
So just look at the combination. So who will suffer the most? It's me. I have to try to
Have to catch up.
Yeah.
Mm.
And adapt, and certain things you will say because it will like it contradict with your Christian, but it will take him time. Then he realizes, oh, she's right. That's how it's supposed to be. But then, while she's going through that journey, you have to have patience and tolerance.
Now,
And
yes, now that you're talking about, before Daddy speaks, now that you're talking about age, that you got married at 18, I always ask this question: when do you think is the earliest people should get married? Not like a specific, but when do you think? What age would you recommend that people, start to get married at?
as a woman,
As a woman, as a man, maybe as a woman, you can talk about it.
think age is not the problem. The maturity. Even though I was 18, I was very, very matured in my mind.
Okay.
You can be 40 and you're still not mature.
Hello there. Sorry for interrupting the conversation, but I thought that I will quickly come in here and say that we hope that you find value in all the conversations that we host on this platform. And if you do, we want to invite you to partner with us and support us on this platform. And how can you do that? There are so many means. One way you can do that is to subscribe, like, and share our content across all platforms. If you listen on any audio streaming platform like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, do well to leave us a review, for that is how other people can hear about it. We also want to throw an invitation to you. If you would like to be featured on the podcast wherever in the world that you are, we are flexible and we will make it happen. So go in the description box and fill out the form. Also, you can go to our website at liveonstereo.com and just explore the things that we have there and find ways of reaching out. So we would love to hear your comments, because in that way we continue to curate this community and this platform to have value for you. Let's dive back into the conversation.
But I was really mad because, in the church we had this women's movement, and they were teaching us about pain. So even though my mind was not there,
You knew things.
yeah. And always, what helped me that when I meet certain challenges, that it drew me back about what I've learned at the women's movement. And I always draw strength to that. And then we have this testimony time with the church, and we hear a lot of things. So when I meet certain things, then I remember, because I remember about women who their husbands weren't Christians, and they're married, and the challenges they have to go through, and at the end of the day, they win them back, and then things like that. And that helped me a lot, and gave me that confidence that it will be okay.
That means that community is important, to be surrounded by people, not just of like mind, but people who share their experiences. And that is why this platform is here. So people hear that you're not alone in this. People have been there before, and this is how they came on top victors. So Daddy, what about you? What age do you think is appropriate? And then you had something to say about what Mommy was talking about too.
Well, I think the men around 30. I mean, 28, if you've been blessed to have a stable education, but as Mommy said, you have to be mature, because this is a very serious business. And a typical example I'll give that, I mean, you want to have a car, okay, and you struggle, you get your license, that now you can drive. But if you are not very careful, you kill yourself the next hour in traffic.
Yeah.
Okay. But then you get your license and you learn how to drive. And you can drive for the next 50 years. I mean, perfect. But if you're not very careful, you get your license. The next week, either the police catch you over speeding or whatever, or you kill yourself. Okay. And as you were saying, in this modern world, I mean, you can be a friend who will introduce you.
Yeah.
Or we just meet somebody at the school and so on and so forth. But it's something that you should make up your mind that I am not going to cry and cry and error will never help you. It's just a period. And that's all the modern world, they say entertainment, enjoyment, it's just for a period. And you will regret for many years ahead of you. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think what you said earlier, you need to make up your mind. I am going to have somebody to share my life with. And it's going to be love, not the love that you've been watching on the television. That is still it, and you sit there and you cry and so on and so forth. It's fine, entertain yourself with that. But then this is a serious business. And when you get into it, it's so wonderful having a companion. I mean, it's so wonderful. And I think it's a very good thing that you are doing. And it's my prayer that I wouldn't say youth, people around the world who are struggling, who are facing challenges. I mean, the time is not over. I mean, the time is not over. Our mistakes, give us experience.
Yes.
Despite our mistakes. The moment you make up your mind that now I'm going to be truthful to myself. I'm going to help myself to be a better person. You prepare yourself. And as you prepare yourself in that way, and you are a believer, God is preparing somebody as well. Okay? And the confirmation that you want and so on and so forth, the moment you meet, it will start to fall in place. And you find out that, this is the right person. Then you make that decision.
Yeah.
And I remember when we got married, and I came to Norway. I remember most of the time you hold my hand and you say, "This is forever. I'm not going to marry anybody. if it doesn't work, that is my last stop." And I also promised, okay, me too. I can't, I can't, what is the right word? I can't disobey God no matter what. If God has said it, then He has to keep me true. So me too, I'm not going anywhere because that is what God has said.
Yeah.
So that is
it for you.
So it all piled up with, but even that you have to make a decision.
Yeah.
And the decision to be together. And I think one thing that also helped us is that we got children very early. So it was like the child is in between. So you look at the child, you're going, who is going to take care of your child? Even despite all, God has a way of building us up because our relationship is supposed to be very, very difficult. Very, very difficult. But then, because we make our mind and God is in it, He put certain things on the way that makes it
healthy.
For us to build on, and that's really what happened. So,
And I want to add this that, as she said, 2 weeks baptized and so on. But then I remember the pastors. One thing that they kept demanding that we are taking your word, but when you take it away, hey, Christian life, you have to promise. And I think I gave them that assurance. And just imagine coming back and all of a sudden you say, well, now we are changed. But let me add this before I continue what I'm saying. When we married, 2 weeks, I came, went on a ship. That time we were transporting crude oil from Kuwait to Syria
Okay.
in the Red Sea. So we're going up and down. And at one time, we have to wait for about 3 weeks. I've married, come to the ship, and this time I got this feeling. When we stopped for the next 3 weeks, I went to the captain and said, I don't feel very peace. I think my wife is sick. So let me go and have a look. He said, "There's no problem." They gave me a ticket, came to Accra, Axim, and I learned that she was taken to Adumfa during the afternoon because she was sick. I came the following day to Adumfa. The moment I came there, this same woman saw me and said, "For the record, take your wife away,
Wow.
or she will die."
Mm-hmm.
So when I picked her from Adumfa to Accra, I called the company that this is my situation. Then they told me, go to the Norwegian embassy, we shall do everything. And I went there, everything is done. So I took her from Ghana to the ship in the Suez Canal
Wow.
for, I think, 2 months or so.
I think it was about.
That time it was 4 months on.
No, it
to
was 2 months.
2 months.
It was
So
2 months because it was in December.
So we were on the ship for 2 months, paid off, brought her to Norway.
Yeah.
Okay. So we came to Norway. All of a sudden, I said we have to start a prayer group.
What?
Yes. And no time, this prayer group has grown to be a very powerful prayer group in Norway.
That's
That time?
interesting.
Okay. And to the glory of God, I mean, the churches and so on and so forth has sprung up in Scandinavia. Okay. But it's the decision. First, work on it, then the love will come afterwards. Don't look for the sweet loves before.
You're forgetting something before the prayer meeting.
Yeah.
You know, I was pregnant.
Yeah, in Ghana, yeah.
Yeah. And I lost the baby. And the first Sunday we went to church,
Yeah,
there was
this,
this prophecy
yeah, this no
in Norwegian. I
Really?
didn't know anything about Norwegian. And I was so down. You know, your first
Yes.
child,
Of course. That
I
might
know
be very
this
difficult. Yes.
country, you know, that is not like now that there are a lot of us.
Yes.
So I was really down. So the prophecy came, Kolmo, Sir Kolmo, it's even late now, so the rest in peace. He prophesied, and I didn't know Norwegian, but I understood everything that the man
Wow.
said. So Daddy was try okay, I had to translate this to you because it was personal to me. I had to try. I say, I understand. I said, what did he say? And I
Really?
told him, he said, "Well, that's exactly what he said."
Really?
So I think it was just after that he started
The prayer
prayer.
group.
Yeah, the
Interesting.
prayer meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this has been fun. Our time is wrapping. So
Okay.
before we wrap up, I just want you both to speak to our audience out there. 41 years. There are so many people that are praying and only hoping they can even go half the journey that you have gone on. So I want you, Daddy Arthur and Mommy, each of you, talk to us. 2 things that we should hold on to at least, as the work that we are putting into our relationship. 2 things each that you want us to take from this conversation, that if we forget anything we ever hear about relationships, marriages, 2 things, hold on to this.
I think the first I would say is that everybody has love that they want to give. Everybody has. And if you have given that love and you think it's not working, that same person that you think is not working, get closer, look into the person's eyes, and let the person know that you love the person. You love the person. Okay. That's one. And if you love that person, you should be willing that because I love you, I want to give my life to you. Okay. If after this conversation, I am no more, remember because I loved you, I gave you my life. And if the other person will also feel the same and say the same thing to you, okay, you were all that I wanted, that I met you, I loved you. Okay. And because of that, this is my life, take it. Okay. The two of you have come to a point that despite everything, you are going to try and work it out for the enjoyment that you are looking for, the love, because there's no better good anywhere than the one that you are with. And if you can't work that one out, you may think that I'll find something, but in your dreams, in your sleep, your mind is somewhere. Then you start to compare. So I think these two things. You have love. Whom are you going to give that love to? And the moment you give that love away, you've given your life to that person. Because God so loved the world that he gave. And that man died.
Awesome.
Yeah. As you are saying, what I'm going to say is in line like you love. When you love, you give. And when you give, it becomes you decide before you love and then you give. So in a relationship, I think you have to decide that that is what you want. And you have to remember also that marriage is forever. So you can't just walk in like I'm going to try if it works. You have to decide that, okay, this is the person that I want. And that is for life. If that decision is not in your mind, you are weak. When the wind blows, you'll be very shaken. But if you make up your mind that this is the person that I'm going to live my life with, no matter what, that gives you the strength to be able to work it out. Because in your mind, you know that this is the person you're going to live the rest of your life. So then when the problem comes, you get the solution, because every problem has a solution, but it comes with us and it comes with our mind. You know, if you love your child so much and he's behaving, you will decide that, oh, I don't want my child to be like that. And you do everything in your power. For example, you want it to be a football, you do this, you do that, you do that, you do that. Even though it's not working, you put everything into perspective so that it will be achieved. So that decision has to come that, okay, I'm marrying and I've decided to marry this man, no matter what. Because nobody is perfect. Everybody has a baggage. Yeah. And then number two, number one is making the decision. And number two is making that nobody is perfect and you are not perfect either. And what strengthens me is that always like if I can't stand him, whom do I expect to stand him? Or if I can't tolerate him, whom do I expect to tolerate him? Because after all, he is my man.
Mm.
So it becomes as so my children will tell me that you are more of a mother than a wife. I say, yeah, it has become
Yeah.
because if I can tolerate him, if I can be with it, whom do I expect? Because with the background and the way things we started, if I can, then whom do I expect to?
Yeah.
So one thing I want to also say is that before you decide in a relationship, you have to have evidence that this is the person that God has given me. So when the wind blow, you know that you are at the right place,
Yeah.
but the wind is blowing. So you, instead of you looking at the person and the person being a problem, you look at the wind. Where is this wind coming from? That is coming to blow us.
Yeah.
You work on the wind rather than on the person. But if you don't have it, you work on the person and rather give up rather than working on the wind that is blowing.
Wow.
Mm.
So,
Yeah.
so lifers, we've had an amazing conversation, and this conversation honestly can go on forever. But for time's sake, we are going to end it here.
Mm.
But I want you to go into the comment section and put down what your takeaways from this conversation has been, so that it is a reminder to you yourself, and it is also a reminder to someone else that is watching and reading. We want to thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Arthur,
Welcome.
for your journey, for your life, for your marriage, and for sharing your experience on this platform. Thank you for honoring us with your time. We appreciate it so much. And I believe that this is not the last time, that we are going to see you here again, and we are going to take this to another dimension.
Amen.
And so this is where we end today's episode. It has been great having you here. And like I said, this is season 2 of Life on Stereo podcast. And if you go down to the description, we are going to attach a Google form where you can fill if you are in any part in Norway, even in the UK or US, and you want to be on this platform and you feel that you have a compelling story to share on this platform where we can draw from. Be sure to go in there and then fill out the form, and we will be in touch. Until we see you in the next episode, let's continue to build strong, healthy relationships and marriage. See you. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Live on Stereo. We hope you found our conversation insightful and inspiring.
If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe, share, or leave a review on your favorite podcast platform. Your feedback means the world to us.
Do well to follow us on all our social media platforms.
See you in the next episode.